This video will describe the main features of the ulna, one of the two long bones of the forearm. In this nice illustration, which can be accessed on Wikimedia, I'll provide the link in the description below. You can see that in the anatomical position, it is the medial bone. The radius is the lateral bone. One of the key features of the ulna is that it forms the hinge-like joint of the elbow with the humerus. As a matter of fact, we can see the derivation of the word ulna from elbow. It is derived from L, which is a unit of measure using the length of the forearm from the elbow to the tip of the finger. This is also known as a cubit, which is a unit of measure you'll find in the Bible, for example. The Latin word ulna refers to the same unit of measure, but now simply refers to this bone, the ulna. Let's move on to the anatomy by looking at the elbow joint. The hinge joint of the elbow is mainly formed by the humerus and the ulna. The radius is also part of this joint, but the hinge is mainly due to the way the trochlea of the humerus articulates with the ulna. Here is the location of the hinge joint, and the pulley-like curving surface of the trochlea is indicated. If we isolate the ulna from the joint and look at the proximal end of the ulna, we can see the curving surface that is going to slide on the smooth surface of the trochlea. This surface is within a notch that, because it articulates with the trochlea, is called the trochlear notch. Because this notch also has the shape of a half moon, it is also called the semilunar notch. The semilunar notch is mostly on the head of the ulna, which is shaded here. And the word Olecranon, which refers to this region of the bone, is derived from Greek words which translates to head of the ulna. The part of the semilunar notch that is not on the Olecranon is on a triangular process shaded here, and this process is called the Coronoid Process. The adjective coronoid means like a corona or crown. If we flip this bone over so that we are looking at the anterior aspect of this bone, we can see on the lateral side another notch, which is called the radial notch, because it accommodates the head of the radius when it rotates. Here is an illustration of this bone from Gray's Anatomy that gives us a better view of the radial notch. We are going to take a look at the distal end of the bone by using this very nice 3D file of the ulna. Here is the attribution for this file, and you'll find a link to it in the description below. This is an anterior view of the ulna. The radius would be on the left, and the body would be on the right. The nice thing you can do with this file is move the bone in 3D space and look at it from different angles, as you can see me doing here. We can also zoom in and take another look at the proximal end. Here again is the semilunar notch, and here is the Olecranon. Here is the Coronoid Process, and here is the radial notch. If we look at the distal end of the bone, the part that articulates at the wrist joint, we have the head of the ulna. A slender process projects from the head, and it is called the Styloid process because of its resemblance to a stylus or a stake. Lastly, on the head of the ulna, there is a smooth surface that will articulate with the ulnar notch of the radius. Watch my video on the radius to better understand the relationship of the ulna to the radius. There is a quiz link in the description below, so you can take a quiz if you'd like. And finally, here is another video of Apollo at the drinking fountain.